Dusty Smith Show, episode 59. Rolling right through it. Love you. Love all of you. It's a great day today. I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling so privileged to be able to do this. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. And I want to immediately apologize to the two people that sent super chats in. For some reason, it's not showing up. I don't know why. I didn't reboot or anything. I know one of them was Ivy. Ivy Evans. Hey, Ivy Evans. Good to see you tonight. I saw that you said you were back in the hospital. I'm glad to hear that. Thanks for joining us. And I don't know who the other one was, and I'm sorry, dude. Please tell me who you are so I give you a shout out. But how you guys doing tonight? Good to see you. Happy as shit to be back. Didn't end up doing any patron-only stuff on Wednesday, unfortunately. Didn't do any Twitch streaming on Tuesday. I was preoccupied with something. I'm not allowed to mention the something that I was preoccupied with, but there was something happening. Some kind of a job was being done that I can't talk about. So, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, basically they age restricted my last video, which sucks because people have to sign in. And apparently YouTube is doing some really draconian measures now. Like they want you to send a copy of your driver's license or a credit card or some shit to prove you're 18, which nobody's gonna fucking do. So very few people get to see the last video because it was age restricted. So learn my lesson. No matter how much I want to overshare with you guys, there are some things I simply can't talk about. And for those of you who watched the last show, you know what I'm talking about. I guess I will have to talk about that on my Twitch-only streams from now on. Too hot for YouTube, apparently. So, what you fuck you gonna do? Yep, happy Juneteenth, everybody. That's tomorrow, isn't it? I think it's on the 19th. Am I wrong about that? I'm bad. It's a new holiday. Gotta give me a year to catch up on it. We're gonna talk about that tonight. The Juneteenth controversy. We're going to talk about the critical race theory, which is their new boogeyman. I guess trans people got old, or they needed something else other than just trans people to scare you with. So now it's, critical race theory. The woke mob, cancel culture, trans people, and critical race theory. Vote against your own best interest, people. Be afraid of these things that are of no harm to you whatsoever. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to cover some Chudwoods. Got a whole section on capital treason. Bunch of new capital treason news came out this week. Gonna do a little religious bullshit. Finish it up with some Karen. So solid show plan for you guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. And see what's going on. No super chats have popped up yet. As always, you guys want to support the show, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Patreon.com/Codcast. $1 or $2 a month. Whatever you can afford. 10, 1,000. It's all good. It all adds up. If it doesn't seem like a lot of money to you, just a couple bucks a month, it all adds up for me. And I did it because I'm running an animal sanctuary where we rescue cute little dogs and cats. Maybe we'll see some as the show goes on. Pretty boy, you want to come over here and be on TV? You want to be on TV? He's like, fuck you, daddy. He literally just looked at me and rolled his eyes and rolled over back to sleep. Anyway, maybe some of them will show. I need to get some treats up here and shake the thing and entice them to be my stars. But support the show. We're at $15.73. I don't hide my patrons. You notice that most YouTube content creators, they hide the amount of money that they're making on Patreon. You know why they do that? Because they don't want you to know how much they're making. So I don't know. I don't know why they do that. I do know why they do that. But anyway, I don't do that because I am all out in the open with everything. A little too out in the open, some might say. A little too much information from Dusty. And April Shadows popped up. If you choose to own a firearm, regularly trained for safety and proficiency. Have a plan for personal and family depression. Love, Dusty. Well, I'm the only one that lives here. And I have 2 guns, but the new one I got, I don't have any bullets for because there's a bullet shortage. So I got a nice paperweight. I can throw it at you. Don't fuck with me. I'll throw my gun at you. But that's about all I got. But like, I think people go a little overboard with the being scared of firearms. Like, honestly, you got to kind of be a fucking idiot to shoot somebody else accidentally or shoot yourself with a firearm. There are just a few basic things you got to do. Like, one, the gun's always loaded. It's always fucking loaded. Even if the magazine's out, the hammer's pulled back, it's in pieces. It's still loaded. You got to treat it like it's always loaded. You never point it at anybody for any fucking reason unless you're going to shoot. 2, never put your fucking finger on the trigger. Never. Ever. Not even anywhere close to the goddamn trigger unless you're going to pull the trigger and kill somebody. As long as you follow those 2 rules, it's safe as shit. Literally impossible. Unless you drop it and it goes off or something, shit like that. And aiming and firing a gun is like the simplest goddamn thing ever. I mean, you put your hand like this, and you put your other hand on it to support yourself, and you extend your arm, and then you look down the sights, and you line them up, and you pull the trigger. It's not rocket science. But I've had like guns my whole life, so I have training with it. It's fine. But thank you, April. I appreciate that. Kenki666, awesome. I'm out. I can't patron, but I can super chat. Kiss the animals. I will if the assholes ever come around me. Psh, they don't like being my fucking stars right now. God damn it. But anyway, I read every super chat. No question dodged. Every question answered. And super chats are the lifeblood of the show. So if you like what I do, if you want to support it, you should, because I work hard on the show. It's the best goddamn show. This is the greatest show. So support me on super chats and have your comment read. And think of a way to stump me if you can. Stump the band. All right? Cool. And gonna start the show by telling you guys a story. My Tales from Walmart. Mart. Which apparently is a popular new thing. And by popular, I'm using air quotes. Popular. Some people like it, though. Some people are like, Dusty, I love your Tales from Walmart. So, more Tales from Walmart. So, this happened. So, I should have brought the shirt in here. I forgot. No, don't do that, baby. Don't do that. Don't scratch on my new thing. God damn it. She's over here trying to scratch on my new thing. I didn't mean to smack you. I'm sorry. I just wanted to turn around and push you away. You were too close to me. I got this new fucking chair, and she wants to come over here and claw my chair up. My new bed chair up for some reason. It's not a scratching point post, dude. You can't come claw my chair up. Don't do that. I'm sorry. I did not mean to turn around and smack you with my arm, though. You're fine. Anyway, Tales from Walmart. So I was in Walmart. So you guys might know I used to have my own clothing line. Remember the Logic clothing line? I used to sponsor like Jacqueline Glenn, the Amazing Atheist, Creationist Cat. Man, I gave those guys tens of thousands of dollars because nobody was supporting like atheist content back then. It's hard to get anybody to advertise on your videos. So I was like, shit, will make me a fucking clothing line. I didn't really make very much money off the clothing line because I gave them almost all the money that I made. I gave the people I was supporting. Anyway, I quit doing it. Got tired of doing it. So I ended up with 2 giant boxes of all the different designs of t-shirts I sold. And they were all in my fucking size, right? So they have a scratching post. They literally have 10 fucking scratching posts everywhere. They literally have every single one of these cats has their own individual litter box. Like they're fucking hooked up. It's new and they know it's new. So they want to come fuck it up because my cats are assholes. All cats are assholes. I love them. I love my cats. They're my babies. I treat them well. Assholes. Sorry. True story. Anyway, so I ended up with 2 boxes of all these shirts, mostly atheist shirts in my size. And so I was going to Walmart, left the house. I grabbed a shirt. Didn't even look to see what shirt I grabbed. I just put it on. I should have thought about it because it's Mississippi, the most religious state in the union. So I got to be careful about that shit. But I put on a shirt, and as always, I'm stoned as fuck, right? Got me a new straw for my wax and hit some wax before I went. So I'm like toasted, which is fine. It's amazing living your life toasted, not worrying about it. Don't fucking worry about it. Who gives a shit, right? So I went to Walmart, walking around Walmart, and as always, I have my headphones in, listening to my music. Loud. My music's fucking loud as shit. I have this little amplifier that goes to my phone that makes the volume incredibly fucking loud. So I'm bopping around, and so I'm waiting in line at the self-checkout line, and there's a large black man behind me. Now, it doesn't matter that he's black, but like last time I told this story, it was an old white guy, and I mentioned he was white. So it was a large black man standing behind me, and he said something to me very loudly, and I was like, oh, shit, okay. And I took off my headphones, and I'm like, do what? And he looks at me, and he says, I love your shirt, man. I know it's all bullshit, too. And I'm like, oh, hey, yeah, shit. So I ended up having like an awesome conversation with this dude about how religion brainwashes our society, standing in the self-checkout line in a small town in Mississippi. So it's cool. The message is spreading everywhere. Felt good about that. He was a nice dude. And that is my Tales from Walmart. Fuck up my chair too much. That angers me. This chair was expensive, goddammit. My comfort-ass bed chair. So anyway, let's go. Let me see if no super chats popped up. All right. Super chat me, folks. Let's get the show rolling. Gonna start off everybody's favorite segment, the Chud Watch. If you know the song, sing along with it. Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. We talk about chuds and make fun of them. Star Wars theme. Hell yeah. And first off, on the Chud Watch, fucking Ted Cruz, man. Ted Cruz. So, Ted Cruz went viral this week. because he came out and he shit on California because California was asking people to conserve energy during their hottest month, you know, and he was like, oh my God, it's because they're all liberals out in California. That would never happen in Texas. Well, it happened in Texas. Texas sent out the same shit saying, hey, conserve, because you guys did not regulate your energy company, and now we're just doing everything for money. We don't have enough electricity for all you motherfuckers. And so he tried to distract by putting up these really super cringy videos. And he put up this one. This didn't used to be controversial. Oh my.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
Why is it doing
for
that?
which it stands.
Okay, well this is not
one
good.
nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, it's right. Okay, never mind.
I pledge allegiance.
That sounded so clear. I thought that was coming from my TV, from my surround sound system, but it was coming from the headphones. That was very clear. Anyway, this isn't controversial, dude. They literally say it every fucking class pretty much in America. Now, it probably should be controversial because this is creepy as fuck. Making people pledge to a flag is like some 1984 goddamn bullshit. Jingoistic brainwashing of children. Like, who gives a fuck about the flag? I don't pledge no goddamn allegiance to nothing. I pledge allegiance to my fellow human being on the face of the earth, okay? I love all you motherfuckers. I want us to all have equity and equality. I want us to all do well, look out for each other. I think we all pool our resources. We can build a world better together. I am a globalist. I think the entire world should fucking unite. Imagine aliens came and landed on our planet and realized we're still sectioned off into fucking countries with imaginary lines drawn on a piece of paper when we're literally all fucking the same. We're all fucking one. We're all humanity. So, cringe! Cringe Ted Cruz trying to distract you. And it got 32,000 likes. So I guess it works on some people. Total fucking idiots. But not me. And next up on the Should Watch. Oh my God. This is another one for Beyond Parody, folks. Beyond Parody. Now they're claiming that Joe Biden is in the pocket of Vladimir Putin. Trump supporters claiming Joe Biden is in the pocket of Vladimir Putin. How do you even parody these motherfuckers?
Vladimir gets the waiver to build his pipeline. Our workers get pink slips. Would I be wrong to interpret that maybe Joe thinks that Russia has him compromised?
Well, you wouldn't be wrong to be suspicious that maybe that's the problem there. But
Vladimir gets the waiver.
You wouldn't be wrong to be suspicious. Trump literally went over to Russia, stood next to Vladimir Putin, said that every intelligence agency in America was wrong and Vladimir Putin was telling the truth when he said he did not interfere in our election. No compromise there at all. Did nothing but kiss Putin's ass for 4 years while he was in office. Never held him accountable for anything. Fox News, crickets. But somehow Joe Biden is compromised. It's just, like I said, beyond fucking parody. Comedy. We're in the golden age of comedy right now. And here's the America First people. Here's the conservatives. They're literally cheering for Vladimir Putin now. Here's the Milo Snuffleupagus. Not saying he's the nicest guy in the world. Oh, really? But Putin comes across as the most learned and wise leader of any nation today. Wrong. What the fuck? How is Putin Now, I know that Milo doesn't believe this. I know Milo, his whole shtick is, what can I say to upset people? What can I say just to be the dumbest thing ever so people pay attention to me? And that's what he does. And I'm doing it. I'm giving him what he wants. But God damn it. You love to see it. And here's kooky Laura Looney. Can't wait to watch Putin destroy Biden today. Yeah. Can't wait to root for Russia against my own American president, says the America First crowd. But obviously they hate America. They hate democracy. They literally want to overthrow the will of the people and install a dictator. And they're going to do it under the guise of, we're patriots, because up is down, black is white, right is wrong, for the 1984 crowd. And hard to believe, it's not hard to believe, actually, that Ben Shapiro is one of the intellectual elites on the right. But good goddamn, this dude is stupid. So apparently they had a New York mayoral debate, and they asked him, hey, what would you ban? And Wiley was like, sugary drinks. And Donovan was like, food desserts, neighborhoods with no parks. And Morales was like, ban bodegas without fresh fruit. And Benny Shapiro was like, notably, nobody said crime. Ooh, gotcha. Nobody wants to ban crime. Won't somebody finally think about banning crime? You know what we should do? We should have some kind of rules against crime or something. With punishment, Somebody should really look into that. Oh, God damn it. Like, obviously, crime is already banned. You fucking dumbass. What are you even talking about? How can this be your intellectual savior, righties? Well, we know why, because you're dumb, and you should feel bad about it. And they're always posting their L's on the right. Progressive males are not men. I'm not a man? I feel like a man. I look like a man. I don't know. Think I might be a man. They move and gesticulate like women. Got me there. I do move. I got the moves like Jagger, you know, so it's got me there. The hand over mouth gestures is one example. Physically repulsive. This is from the crowd calling everybody else snowflakes. Hey, fellas, you can no longer put your hands on your face, or you're a woman. And I agree. Conservatives get offended by the weirdest shit. Imagine masculinity is so fragile that you can't even touch your face. And that's exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about toxic masculinity. No, not all masculinity is toxic. Some masculinity is great, but this, toxic as fuck when you can't even touch your face without feeling like you're being emasculated. Good goddamn, get a hold of yourself, righties. And here's Bill Mitchell. Billy Mitchell, super MAGA Billy Mitchell. I don't care if you're a gay. False. He cares a great deal if you're gay. That's your personal decision. But I do care about the apparent need to ram your personal decision down straight America's throat. That sounds pretty gay right there. Gay Pride Month, Gay Pride Summer, just stop. Be gay all you want. Just shut the hell up all about it. This is a Christian saying this. There's a church literally every 3 feet. They knock on your door to shove their religion down your throat. I live in a town right now that as soon as you enter town, there is a 100-foot white cross. Giant, thick-ass cross. And if you go down to the next most popular town, as soon as you enter that town, there's another even bigger 120-foot giant-ass white cross that's thick. Want to talk about shoving it down your goddamn throat? Just beyond parody, you motherfuckers. Holy shit. Another one for Bill Mitchell. Oh my God. Okay. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say this motherfucker is lying, okay? Liar Bill Mitchell, just making up stories because why not? This is what conservatives reward. He knows he'll make money if he lies to you, and nobody on the right will ever hold him accountable, so why not?
I was talking to a friend of mine who has 4 friends who all got the jab, who all got the vaccine, and all 4 of them now have cancer. They didn't have cancer before.
You're kidding.
All 4 of the people that got the vaccine have had cancer now. Yes, folks, cancer.
Yay! True story, folks. He knows 4 personal friends of this dude that all got cancer from the vaccine. Good goddamn no. They just got the vaccine and they've already developed cancer real quick, and they've already been diagnosed with cancer. So stupid. But he makes a lot of money saying it, so what? Bad behavior rewarded on the right continuously. So why should he stop? And Lauren Southern, beyond parody. Who could have possibly seen this coming? She's like, my whole timeline is groypers telling me I have no eggs, despite being married with a kid, because I dislike pedos. A very healthy and normal movement, huh? I wonder how you might have attracted so many shithead insects. Oh, okay. It's because you hang out with Stefan Mule Nuts. That's why, yeah. I never thought when I voted for the Leopards Who Eat Faces party that they would eat my face. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens when you hang around these shitheads. Lay down with dogs, get fleas. Learn to love it, Lauren. You earned it. And, oh yeah, Trump. I would say he's back, but he never fucking went away. So once again, he gets a primetime slot on Fox News, #1 news cable company in America, and gets asked the most softball of goddamn questions. All right, so he's as he always does. He's just meandering through word salad bullshit, and so Hannity tries to cut him off and give him a softball interview. It's like, hey, if you run in 2024, what are you gonna do differently? Such an easy question, but of course, he can't even answer the most simple of questions because his brain is gone.
Is there anything, and we have a minute left, if you do run in 2024, what might you do differently? What do you know now that you didn't know in 2016?
Well, you know, we ran a very successful administration. We had the greatest economy in history. We had 160 million jobs. We were never even close to that. Nobody was ever even close to that. And we did it twice, because then we did it after the pandemic. We came with a vaccine. We did a lot of great things, and we did it after. But I was under siege with fake investigations and everything. And I was doing this while I was under siege from phony people with phony Russia that was caused by Clinton and the DNC Democrats and all of that. And we did it. We built Space Force. We rebuilt the military. We got the largest tax cut in history, the largest regulation cuts in history. Not even close. We did ANWR, which they've already excluded, thanks to Murkowski in Alaska. And
okay, you didn't answer the question at all. You didn't name one thing you would do differently or what you would be running on. But, you know, that's par from the course. That's what he did when he ran against Biden. Didn't even talk about what he was going to do. Just lied. And still got 75 million votes, so trash America. And speaking of Trump stooges, Mike Pence was at a recent conservative convention. Mike Pence, who literally sucked Trump's dick every step of the way for 4 years, never held him accountable for anything, was his lapdog, worshipped him, was at his beck and call. Still not enough for conservatives, because he refused to overthrow our democracy. Not that he could do it. He didn't have the power to do it. But because he did not try to overthrow our democracy and install Trump as a dictator, the conservatives have turned on him. They're booing him and calling him a traitor. That's right. You're a traitor for not overthrowing our democracy and installing a dictator, because that's what conservatism has become.
It is great to be back with so many patriots dedicated to faith and freedom and the road to the majority. And I want to thank my friend Ralph Reed for those overly generous words. I'm deeply humbled by them.
Traitor! Traitor!
Ralph Reed knows me well enough to know the introduction I prefer is a little bit shorter.
Ooh, it's beautiful.
I'm a Christian, a
lay in your shit, motherfucker. Roll around in it.
Order, and I am
this is what you threw your fucking name in with. You deserve every fucking jeer, every bit of it. I love to see it. And couldn't happen to a nicer asshole. Remember these guys who were out there that were so mad about the Black Lives Matter coming through their neighborhoods? They came out there with guns and shit and looking all tough. Well, yeah, they got convicted of misdemeanors for this. Only misdemeanors. But at least they got convicted of it. And they each got like a $500 fine. Nothing. But of course, he's running for office now. He'll probably win, because a doughy old white guy who lives in a mansion is exactly what we need to represent us. We haven't had enough doughy old white guys who live in mansions, in my opinion, to represent us. So, one more, please. He'll probably win, because this is America. This is what we're all about. Just a sad, chubby, short, doughy loser with entirely too much unearned money. America in a nutshell. And, by God, speaking of beyond parody, Dim Tool, known to some people as Tim Pool. So anyway, he had this to say about Cassandra Fairbanks not too long ago on his podcast. Here's his opinion on Cassandra Fairbanks.
Well, you were talking about having Cassandra Fairbanks do fact-checking, though. That's a little...
I wasn't talking about having Cassandra do fact-checking.
Okay.
No, I'm friends with Cassandra, but...
Pretty sure you were.
Yeah. No, Cassandra's... I like Cassandra. I think she's great. I think she's partisan. And I want to hire actual journalists and be like, go. Mm-hmm. Go do journalism.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were talking about having Cassandra Fairbanks do fact-checking, though. That's a little...
I wasn't talking about having Cassandra do fact-checking.
There you have it. She's partisan. I would never have her fact-check anything for me. Trump supporters hate my show. He just said that. He just came out and said Trump supporters hate his show. So, guess who is his new editor-in-chief? That's right, Cassandra Fairbanks. Yep. Huge-ass Trump supporter, 100% chud, Cassandra Fairbanks, new editor-in-chief for the news side of Tim Pool. Shocker. Who's shocked? Hey, Trump supporters hate Tim Pool, don't they? That's why he hired one to be his chief editor. But like, it doesn't matter, folks. Obviously, he's a millionaire. He lives in his multi-million-dollar mountain compound, basically owns a mountain, because this is what conservatives reward. You know, you tell the truth, you get fucked. You come out here and you lie, you give people false hope. You make millions and you have your own compound. And let's read some old Cassandra Fairbanks tweets. Let's see what type of person is Tim Pool's new editor-in-chief. My draft tweets would make Pinochet telling me to chill the fuck out. You know, Pinochet, like that's his name. He threw his political enemies out of helicopters. Yeah, here's one. I would vote for a fascist at this point. Get out. Really? Oh, I'm so shocked you would vote for fascism, Cassandra Fairbanks, or support their hostile takeover. Either way, yeah. Fascism's not so bad. Let's just have them become a dictator, says Tim Pool's editor-in-chief. No matter who ultimately wins, Trump or the cheaters, we must work to get someone 1,000 times meaner and more nationalist than Trump in there for 2024. Payback. Yeah, we need an even bigger fascist than Trump in office. Somebody even more of a piece of shit, says Tim Pool's new editor-in-chief. But you know, Trump supporters, they hate him. They hate him. God damn it. How can you parody these motherfuckers? You just can't. But it doesn't matter. They're still doing fine. And remember this? This went viral last week. So this woman decided to throw her entire career away on national television. They sent her out to report on something, and instead of reporting on it like she was supposed to do, she decided to go viral, throw her hat in with Project Veritas, who we know is like a scam organization, and decided to show her ass on her news network, and did this.
Ivory Hecker is live in Montgomery County to take a look at that aspect.
Thanks, guys. That's right. Before we get to that story, I want to let you, the viewers, know that Fox Corp has been muzzling me to keep certain information from you, the viewers. And from what I'm gathering, I am not the only reporter being subjected to this. I am going to be releasing some recordings about what goes on behind the scenes at Fox because it applies to you, the viewers. I found a nonprofit journalism group called Project Veritas. It's going to help put that out tomorrow, so tune into them. But as for this heat wave across Texas, you can see what it's doing to AC units.
Yeah, she got fired. She totally got fired. You about to lose your... Oh, no, you already did lose your job. You lost it. So, what was the huge scoop that her Fox News overlords refused to cover? What did she throw her career away for? They would not run stories about Bitcoin because they did not think their audience would be interested in it. And also, they did not want to do stories about hydrochloroquine. She threw her career away for Bitcoin stories to throw her lot in with James O'Keefe, known con man, one of the most ridiculous humans on the planet, James O'Keefe. So, good luck on the job hunt out there. I guess you may end up on Newsmax or something. Maybe she'll get a job doing like something like that. But if not, your career's over. Bad life decisions. And already read that one. And last up on the Chud Watch, folks, don't worry about global warming. Don't fret. Don't be frightened. Don't think a second thought about it. Because Dave Rubin has watched the movie Deep Impact, and he knows it's all going to be okay.
Climate change is an existential threat to the human race.
Man.
Done.
Yeah,
Easy.
It's not, and even if it was, we'll get off this rock, we'll figure something else out.
We'll figure it out.
Even if it is, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit if all the animals on Earth die? Who gives a shit if hundreds of millions of people die? Some of us will get off Earth and survive, so it's fine. Don't worry about it, says multi-millionaire Dave Rubin.
Man.
Just stop whining about it. It's just so boring. I saw Deep Impact. A couple people survived.
Come on, it's fine.
What happened to Bruce Willis at the end of Armageddon? I don't remember, but I think he lived.
No! Oh my God. He's basing his opinions about global warming on movies he doesn't even remember. Spoiler alert, Bruce Willis dies. He dies horribly. As a hero, of course, as the hero Bruce Willis is. But, good God, y'all. Conservatives not sitting their best, but millionaire. So, par for the course. And that's my Chud Watch. Let's see if I have any super chats. All right. No gods, no countries, all one people. Hell yeah, we're all one. Just the human race. Got to come together. Catalina Gearbox. Pence is a senator from my state of Indiana. He passed a religious liberty bill and right to work bill. Yup. Pence is a horrible, horrible fucking human being. That's why Trump picked him. He's getting exactly what he deserves. Jason Ashby. Censorship. Boo. Down with that sort of thing. Hey, 200 characters. What the happens now? I'll just tell you what I did today. Sleep, smoke weed, eat cereal, pet the kitties. What a life. Trends roots. Later, masturbator. Hell yeah, I can't talk about it. Can't tell you what I did today. But it wasn't involving any kind of machinery. So thank you, Jason Ashby. Appreciate that. Space Ghost says, the problem with the notion of wanting to ban crime is that literally any individual can have subjective opinion of what can be considered a crime. I mean, yeah, but crime is already banned. We already have legislatures who've decided what crimes are, and they banned them with criminal penalties in prison. So done and done. Brendan Hubert, been a while since I've been trying to get my mental health in check. Well, I hope you feel better, Brendan. Thanks for everything, Dusty. Hope chat has been well. Yep, we got the best chat on all of goddamn YouTube. So hell yeah. Appreciate that. And E, what's up, E? My favorite Destiny shirt is he isn't coming back. Get over it. Did I give you one of those? I gave you a bunch when you were here. I don't think I gave you that one, though. I don't know if I have any of those. But thank you, E. You rock. Good to see you tonight. All right, more super chats, please. Help me out if you're able to. Would be much appreciated. Gonna move right along. Already 30 minutes into the show. I'm making good time tonight. I'm rolling. So, got to do a new segment tonight just because I have so much news on this. Called Critical Race Theory. So, you guys know what critical race theory is? Basically, critical race theory is the examination of the law and the legal system and how it intersects with race. It's a college course that's taught in law school. But conservatives, you know, they have very unpopular policies. They get destroyed by any policy issues. They have nothing. So they have to have something to make people vote against their own best interest. They have to come up with boogeymen to scare the white, racist, cracker motherfuckers who support them and a few black tokens who throw themselves in with it because they get rewarded for it. And so this is their new boogeyman. It's either trans people or woke mob or cancel culture. Now it's critical race theory, which basically to them is any mention of our racist past whatsoever. Any talk of the history of racism, the cruelty and oppression of minorities and black people, any of that, it's all critical race theory to them. They throw it all into the same giant pool because they want it to where if anybody tries to talk about racism and systemic racism, the incredibly racist past our country's had and how it still exists today and still affects people today. They want to say, oh, that's CRT, and they want to scare everybody with it. How about some Baby Yoda real quick? Baby Yoda, let's show them. Since I got you, I can grab you real quick. See, this is where all your super chats go to these little assholes that don't want to be my star. She's like, fuck you, daddy. I don't blame you. Go ahead. You little horny goat. You horny goat. Anyway. So I got to scare you with something. And critical race theory is their new boogeyman. Oh, so scary. They're all in the same playbook, too. It's interesting. Like, 1 week, they're all on the cancel culture narrative. And so that's all you fucking hear. And the next week, they do their research. They do their focus groups. They realize, oh, my God, hey, critical race theory is working really well against the white assholes that support us. We should push that narrative more. So this week, it's all about fear of critical race theory, which isn't taught in any like junior high or high school. It's a college course, right? Not taught anywhere except for colleges. Just teaching about racism is not critical race theory. Just telling about the racist past of America is not critical race theory. But they got to lump it all in together. So they have a new hero in conservative circles against critical race theory. They're a fucking champion. They have this one guy who is the master fucking expert about critical race theory. A conservative genius who can destroy anybody on this topic. And they push this guy out there as their weapon against anybody who would want to push critical race theory. And this conservative hero's name, James Lindsay. This guy. This is their hero, folks. Want to talk about beyond parody. Look at this loser motherfucker. This doughy, chunky loser, never worked out in his life. I don't even care about fat shaming. Fuck this guy. Fuck everything about it. Look at this loser. Look how embarrassing he is. Good God, y'all. Good fucking. This is not even all. Even more cringe. He put these videos out himself, folks. Look at this. This is their critical race theory champion. Could you be slower? Holy shit, dude. I've never held an axe in my life. I could murk you. And I'm a doughy old white guy too. That's how embarrassing you are. Okay? Just sad. Sad. Conservatives not sending their best. So, oh, this is him too. This is the kind of genius takes conservative champions are putting out. Community. Commune. Communism. Oh my God. Oh my God. My brain just exploded on the back of my head. What? What? This guy has figured out the matrix. He solved the puzzles of life. How did he come up with this? Oh God. They're so sad. They're so sad. So, anyway, just so you don't think I'm making this up, that he is their new critical race theory champion, that he is considered an expert, and the dude literally knows nothing about critical race theory. He's simply some dork on Twitter. But conservatives need somebody to cart out and show as their expert who's willing to lie his ass off about what critical race theory is, and push their talking points that literally, no matter how embarrassing the people they push out are, they will still platform them. So here he is on PragerU, and them championing him as the anti-critical race theory hero. And this clip has so much to unpack here, I'm going to stop and do so, but let's watch.
How concerned they should be is extremely, like on a scale of 1 to 10, 12.
That's right, folks. You should be 12 on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm not being hyperbolic at all. You should be so afraid of critical race theory, the college legal course that examines race and law. You should freak out about it.
Social justice, white privilege, anti-racism. Are you hearing these buzzwords all the time?
Yes, from you. I'm continuously hearing it from conservatives. It's like, have you heard us say this all the time? Are you starting to freak out that we're saying it all the time? No. I'm amused by your stupidity.
In America today, what do they all have in common? Do they all trace back to something similar? What if I told you they do? And it's called critical theory, better known as wokeism.
What? Critical theory, also known as wokeism? Yeah, by you. Just make shit up, dude.
I'm Taylor Trandall with PragerU, and joining us today is one of the world's foremost experts on critical theory or the wokeism movement.
World's foremost experts, folks. Keep that in mind. Expert in the conservative community on this subject.
He's also one of the world's foremost critics of it, and his name is James Lindsay. James, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I saw the other day that Richard Dawkins gave you a shout out on Twitter and endorsed your book.
All right, first off, so sad to see how far Richard Dawkins has fallen. Richard Dawkins literally called this guy a hero. Richard Dawkins so butthurt that people dared call him out for transphobic and stupid tweets that his ego just would not allow him to admit to himself that he's wrong. So he's literally willing to throw his hat in with these racist asshats, these Christian nationalists, in order to attack the left, so he doesn't have to examine his own behavior and his own stupidity. Sad as fuck, Richard Dawkins. They're actually using you as a tool against the left now. Shame.
Cynical theories, which people should check out. But then, a few weeks ago, you were on Ali Stuckey, a conservative Christian, her podcast. So there's this strange confluence of, conservative Christians and, legendary atheist, new atheist intellectuals.
There's not a strange confluence in any way. Racist of a feather flock together. Doesn't matter if you're an atheist racist or a Christian racist. Yeah, you find commonality from racism. That's what's really important to these motherfuckers is, oh my God, I'm white. I don't want to be made to feel bad about the history of racism in this country, so we'll just join together with Christian nationalists, why not?
Are finding, what's that common ground that they're finding today that you seem to be in the center of?
Reality.
Reality, yeah. That's what it is. People who are against critical race theory and Christians, we're all in this because we believe in reality. Isn't that real life?
It's the pursuit of objective truth. And so I know a lot of people who are watching or listening who are atheists are going to say, you just said objective truth in Christianity. But the thing is whether you believe the Christian framework or not, the Christians believe they are pursuing objective truth.
Yes, so does every cult member. So does Islam. So does Scientology. Just because they think they are searching for objective truth doesn't mean they are. Doesn't mean they found it. Doesn't mean they aren't stupid as shit in every goddamn possible way. Just means they're entirely fucking delusional. Like you.
They believe there is an objective truth worth pursuing, that everything's not subjective. Mm-hmm. And they ground that in scripture, and they try to get to that through exegesis, which is a rigorous methodology.
No, Christianity is not a rigorous methodology in any fucking possible way. It's literally believing in ancient fairy tales written by primitive sheep herders and pretending it's true. There's no rigor whatsoever. There's no intellectualism whatsoever.
People who are like Richard Dawkins, who come from the rationalist scientific perspective, believe there's an objective truth in nature. And of course, many Christians, of course, see nature as a reflection of God's creation. So they see objective truth in nature as well. And so there's actually more agreement there than people realize because they've been so busy fighting about whether or not religion is true. There's a deeper level question is something true at all, rather than is everything subjective and up for grabs? And that's what people are catching on.
Yeah, catching on. Like, obviously, we believe in objective truth. We just question people's motives behind it and their ability to discern it, which is totally fucking different. But anyway, here's their hero. So what happens when you cart the super genius on critical race theory on a show with a professor who knows what the fuck he's talking about? And the answer is poetry. Beautiful fucking poetry happens. All right, warning, you're about to see murder. You're about to see James Lindsay murdered on national television. Brace yourself.
Okay, so actually we don't have agency under critical race theory.
All right, first off, false. How is examining the law and how it intersects with racism in any way taking away your agency? He's just saying fucking buzzwords. Just ridiculous.
Any of its philosophical antecedents.
That's correct.
They claim that you
I wish we had more time to
unpack your critical theorist, which is an incredible irony because you actually have to sacrifice all of your agency to think otherwise. Which
he keeps repeating this, but it has nothing to do with that because that's all he's got. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't actually know what critical race theory is, so he's got to pretend like somehow it has something to do with not having any agency.
How it chills freedom of thought and freedom of speech because you have to be critically conscious or else you have false consciousness and are therefore not acting out yourself. You have no actual agency.
Of course, we're running out of time, but I'm going to respond just so the audience and the people who watch this on clips don't think that I don't have a response. First of all, your counter is predicated on the idea that there's a one-to-one relationship between critical race theory and critical theory as sort of produced from the Marxist tradition, from the Frankfurt School, etc., when in fact, critical race theory has certainly connections to any kind of critical intellectual discourse, but it's also connected to critical legal studies, which was not committed to sort of inheriting all of the kind of Gramscian and Marxian sort of ideas that you're talking about. And again, even the type of Marxism you're talking about is a very narrow, thin, sort of crude Marxism, or even what we call vulgar Marxism, which alleges a relationship between economic base and cultural superstructure that is one-to-one, when in fact, what most Marxists have argued, and what certainly most Marxists post the mid part of the 20th century have argued, is that it's a much more complicated dynamic than even Gramsci himself argues at in the prison notebooks about this idea of hegemony and how it happens along a compromise equilibrium, whereby some people, or whereby on the one hand we absolutely are hostage to the economic conditions around us, but on the other hand, structures and states and institutions also appeal to our own desires and our own interests and our own needs. It's a much more dynamic and complicated relationship than you're talking about. And as far as sort of structures that...
Look at his face. Look at his face, man. He getting owned and he knows that he's about to go, wow, You know a lot about this. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine actually being an expert in a subject matter and not just pretending you are.
Again, you're making a connection between structures in terms of institutional structures that I was talking about and the particular type of structures that, say, a Saussure would be talking about in terms of structuralism. That's not actually what I was talking about. And that's not what most people are talking about when they talk about systems and structures. Again, that's a very tight correlation you draw. And if we were to accept that correlation, then sure. But it's not only that we're not accepting it, it's actually not what we're talking about. And postmodernism, again, plays upon a range of things. I'm sorry?
I said you know a lot about this, actually. That you know a very large amount about
like,
this.
Yeah, I'm a professor. I studied it. I'm not just bullshitting. I know a lot about it. So, Mert, that was hilarious. One of the most beautiful things I've seen all week. But of course, folks, James Lindsay went public claiming he did not lose this debate. Look how sad these people are. Oh, fuck. Where is it? Damn it, I lost my place. Here we go. Tell me you got murked in a debate without telling me you got murked. Look at his face. And he's like, I saw his showboating at the end as a confession that he's a communist. What we call vulgar Marxism. Who is we? Never interrupt your opponent when he's embarrassing himself. Oh, yeah, I was winning. He embarrassed himself. If I share the camera while I talk, my brain turns off. Just sad, dude. You got fucking owned and it's sad, but it doesn't matter. He'll still be carded out as an expert on critical race theory by conservatives because all they have is fucking lies. They have to scare you. And this tweet from him has not aged well at all. No, the woke won't debate you. Here's why. Looks like a good time to share this important essay again. Yeah, remember when I said the woke won't debate me? Yeah, they will. They will not only debate you, they will murder you on live television. They will skin your carcass and leave it out in the open as an example to every other motherfucker not to come around with their bullshit. James Lindsay, you have been made an example out of. You have been tried and found wanting. And I love the Roots take on this. Black News Channel broadcast heinous double murder on live television. Warning! This story contains the graphic deaths of 2 professors who were ambushed by a violent gang of facts. So, yeah. Nailed it. Got to give the Roots prop for that one. And of course, it's not stopping conservatives at all, regardless of the fact they keep getting crushed in public over this shit they know nothing about. That's all they got. They got to push the fear. So here is the governor. What is he the governor of? The governor of Nebraska. Critical race theory is an attack on our country's core values. That's right, folks. Our country's core values is racism and how racism affects the legal system. And if you try to examine that, you're attacking our core values. He's accidentally based here. I mean, he's right, but not for the reasons he thinks he is. So, good and bad there, Government Pete. And, of course, Ted Cruz, once again, this is all they have, folks. He can't talk about the electricity grid. He can't talk about any of his own policies because he doesn't have any. So they got to push this out. So he's about to say somebody challenged him to explain critical race theory and thought he would not know what it was. And then he explains what it is and he proves he doesn't know what critical race theory is.
Now, what is critical race theory? You know, just this week on Capitol Hill, I had a reporter run up to me. He thought he had a gotcha. He said, hey, what's critical race theory? Apparently, he thought I would turn to him and say, gosh, I have no idea. I think it's really bad, but I just don't know what it is, because, conservatives are morons and we don't know what we're talking about.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Like, he really did think this was such a, boy, he really got you there. And I explained to him, I said, well, it's a theory that derives from Marxism. Marx viewed the entire world as a conflict between classes, between the owners of capital and the working man and women, the proletariat, a fundamental battle in society.
It's literally an examination of race and how it intersects with the law. It's literally a college course taught in legal schools.
Society. Critical race theory takes that same Marxist concept, except it replaces class with race. And it says all of America and all of the world is a battle between the races. Critical race theory says every white person is a racist. Critical race theory says America is fundamentally racist and irredeemably racist. Critical race theory seeks to turn us against each other, and if someone has a different color skin, seeks to make us hate that person. And let me tell you right now, critical race theory is bigoted, it is a lie, and it is every bit as racist as the Klansmen in white sheets.
That's right, folks. Examining the racist history of our country is the same as lynching black people in white sheets. How is anybody a conservative and not humiliated to be associated with this? Yay!
As a Christian and as an American, I love my brothers and sisters, whatever skin color you are, whatever ethnicity you are, whatever faith you are, whatever creed you are. We are commanded to love, period, the end. And those who would divide us, those who would spread lies, it is evil.
Yes, you are evil. You are 100% evil and racist for being so afraid to examine and face the racist history of this goddamn country and how it has affected and still affects minorities today. They're so scared, folks. But they know how to tap into this white fragility movement. They know how to make you very afraid, white people. And then this one, here's a token black guy. This guy is literally a right-wing YouTuber. A chud-ass Trump supporter YouTuber. And so he about to make you the argument, hey, I did well in life, so racism doesn't exist. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? My anecdotal evidence proves everything's cool, yo. This is like if you had a football game. And on one side, one team had 15 players. The other team had 10 players. And they played 100 games. And one fluke game, the team with 15 players did really shitty. And the one with 10 players won a game. They barely eked by won a game. And then the team with 10 players said, see, that proves that the team with 15 players doesn't have an advantage. That proves you can still make it with only 10 players against 15. Why are people complaining that the playing field is unequal? And before I go on, some people have claimed this is Candace Owens' brother. I'm not sure that's true. I think he said in one of his tweets that he was his brother, but I think he was talking just like figuratively. But anyway, 3 million views. He's being touted out as just some normal everyday father who's against critical race theory. The left has gone too far. Even black people are pushing back. No. He's an opportunist who has a YouTube channel, a grifter making money off this, of course.
When you talk about critical race theory, which is pretty much going to be teaching kids how to hate each other.
Literally not. Has nothing to do with that. It's a college legal course. It's not taught in fucking elementary schools or high schools. You lying fuck.
How to dislike each other. That's pretty much what it's going to, that's pretty much, I don't care what you say, it's pretty much what it's going to all come down to. You're going to deliberately teach kids, this white kid right here got it better than you because he white? You're going to purposely tell a white kid, oh, the black people are all down and suppressed. How do I have 2 medical degrees if I'm sitting here oppressed? How did I get, first of all, time up, because I only got 5 minutes now, 5 minutes. 2 medical degrees. No mom, no dad in the house. Worked my way through college. Sat there and hustled my butt off to get through college. You going to tell me somebody that looked like all y'all white folks kept me from doing that?
Because you can make it as a black person. It's possible. It's just that you're not held back by your race if you're a white person. And you're more likely to be held back by race if you're a black person. Doesn't mean you can't become a doctor. Doesn't mean you can't be successful. Just means that you're more likely to be held back because of your race, and you're more likely to be affected by the past institutionalized racism, the oppression of minorities in the past that still affect us today, than white people are. That's all it means, dude. But he doesn't care, though. He doesn't care. This is all a grift to him.
Are you serious? Not one white person ever came to me and say, well, son, you're never going to be able to get nowhere because you know the black people. But guess what? What's sickening about this whole thing is what y'all doing right now is already something I do in my community right now to speak out against stuff, because black folks are getting told by other black folks, oh, you know you ain't going to be able to do nothing out there in the world because them white folks ain't going to let you get no, oh, you know you're not going to be able to do it here because you know, the white man going to keep you down. Well, how did I get where I am right now if some white man kept me down? How am I?
I mean, if they're telling people that, they shouldn't. You know, they should point out how being black and being a minority can have an effect on you. But they should also be taught that you can overcome it while still speaking out about the disadvantage of being black in this country. You can do both at the same time, right?
I'm now directing over folks that look just like you guys in this room right now. How? What kept me down? What oppressed me? I worked for myself from off the streets to where I am right now. You gonna sit here and tell me this lie of critical race theory? This the reason why black folks can't get ahead because of white folks? Are you kidding me? This is what we come to now. I can't believe we even...
Literally not what critical race theory is or teaches. Not even what systemic racism teaches.
Talking about this right now. The last thing I'm going to say right here is something that's crazy. Martin Luther King said he wanted his kids to grow up in a world where they are judged by the contents of their what? Their character, not their skin. If they let this stuff go on right now, it is absolutely doing the complete reverse of what he's doing. So when February comes, don't talk about Martin Luther King.
Yeah, Martin Luther King wanted a world where racism was no longer an issue. A utopian society where you no longer had to worry about it, but that's not the society we live in. And by pretending it is, by ignoring the problem, you can never fix it.
Don't talk about Black History Month. Y'all gonna sit there and just pretty much pee on this grave with this nonsense? That's exactly what's about to happen. Lastly, we are talking about our kids. We are talking about our children. What's so sickening about me, I love the Discovery Channel. You will see that on the Discovery Channel, animals will put their lives on the line to protect their children from danger. Nobody want to get to the heart of the matter, get to the meat of the matter, get to the moral of the story. It all comes down to it. The person that's going to be suffering from this, the ones going to be hurt from this, is the kids. 10 years from now.
Won't you think of the children? If you teach children about racism, then they're going to be harmed somehow. Just don't think about it, folks. I'm saying it passionately, and I'm a black man. That's all you need to know.
If this stuff goes on, whose fault is it going to be? Whose fault is it going to be? Who we going to look back on and blame for this? Because this is stuff we're talking about right now. This stuff is going on right now. I do this stuff on a daily basis. I'm in the hood. I'm in the community.
Me too. Me too, dude. I'm in it. I see it every day. I wonder if I'm more in the community than you are. Just thinking out loud here. I wonder if I live in a poorer black community than you do. It's not a competition. Just saying, if it was, you'd probably lose.
I'm out there with folks in their face. I've been doing this stuff since I was 18 years old, talking to black folks. And you know what? None of them are buying this nonsense. None of them are. But if you want to...
Not true. Black folks are very well aware of the racist history in our society and how it still affects them today. I don't know what black folks this dude's talking to, but he lying. That's what's happening.
Implement this into the school system. I guarantee you to the day that I die, I'm going to be the very person right there debunking stuff, tearing stuff down, letting them know they can do exactly what I did and get exactly where I am by putting themselves to work.
Yeah, everybody can make it, folks. If you're not rich and successful, it's your own fault. Blame only yourself. You know, nothing is holding you back. Everything's cool and fine. The playing field is completely level because I made it.
And getting there ain't not one white person ever gonna keep any of them from getting there. So the CRT stuff, BS.
Don't scream. So bullshit. But he's making a ton of money off this. Got 3 million views. He's probably made, like, I'm not even kidding. He'll probably make $1 million off this video, folks. At least $1 million in support of this video, because that's how it works. That's why these black folks do this. That's why they become token conservatives, because it's incredibly lucrative. And last up on my critical race theory section. Oh yeah, this is Emery. I went on his podcast like, I don't know, 10 years ago. He called me a scammer for my adult autopilot book, and so I flew out to California and went on his podcast in order to answer all his questions about it, because I'm not a scammer. Anyway, he destroys this woman's stupid argument about the Quaker Oats box. Let's have a listen.
Why would we then leave this dude out, this white colonial slave owner?
So, the man on the carton, the Quaker Oats, not a slave owner. Quakers were actually abolitionists. They were very vocal against slavery, since their founder spoke out against it in 1600. They actually petitioned Congress to abolish slavery. They're part of the reason the Civil War happened. You'd know that if critical race theory was a thing in schools and we actually decolonized the syllabus. Better yet, you could actually spend some time reading the books you're having your kid throw away.
You could just Google it. Why would you not just Google it before you make a video embarrassing yourself in public? Fucking morons. And anyway, that's the new fear-mongering this week. But just wait. This leads in perfectly to our Juneteenth coverage, which is coming up next. So, folks, be sure to like the video, please. There are 545 people watching right now and only 237 likes. You selfish fucks. You Disgusting human pieces of garbage. You should be killed. Not kidding. I'm kidding. Just joking. A little bit. But hit the like button, folks. Please help me out. I love you whether you do it or not. I love you anyway, but it definitely helps me out. So I'm watching you. Hit the fucking like button. And Mike Ricks, my man Duster, keep calling these dummies out on their BS. Room full of victims. Love you, bro. Hell yeah, love you back. And yep. Snowflakes, calling everybody else snowflakes. That's conservatism. In a nutshell. Hit the like button. Doesn't cost you anything. Help me out, please. Darth Destructor. Martin Luther King said, I wonder if I led black people into a burning house when he spoke out because he feared more blacks would get killed. Yeah. You know, he also spoke about riots being the voice of the unheard. He said a lot of things that conservatives don't want to quote him on. Toka Duano Comunista says, the more these chuds talk about Marx, the more I want to read it. Nothing they feared so much, nothing they misrepresent like this could go wrong. I love when they say that Marxists hate guns. That's the best part. Go read what Marx said about guns. Catalina Gearbox, this is my retort. If race is dead in America and everyone can pull themselves up by their bootstraps, then why are minorities doing well? Oh, it's their own fault. It's because their whole culture, which was created in a bubble of just them, doesn't value hard work and the same things that get other people ahead in the society, like the Asians, you know. That's all they fucking say. Dustin Williams, $4.99. Thank you, Dustin Williams. Appreciate it. Not your father. It's outrageous how racist the right is that they can't vote for a day off because of Juneteenth. Yeah, imagine being so racist that you won't take a day off work. This is, I think, Chris Rock joke about Martin Luther King Jr. Day becoming a holiday. It's exactly what they said about MLK Jr. Day. The same arguments just recycled. They just mad because it's a holiday that's not all about white folks, that actually has something to do about race, and they're freaking out, so they got to recycle the same shit. Jason Moore, scripture is not grounded in anything except for fiction, ancient fairy tales, and violence and fear. Q4S, racists are like cats. If you keep feeding them, they will keep coming back. Why do all these racists around me? Because you keep feeding them. Yep. You know, you keep inviting them in. It's like vampires. You invite them in the house and you wonder why you get bit. Don't invite them in your house, stupid. And Kyle Rapp became a upgraded PTL hero. Hell yeah, Dust Buddy. I've been thinking about changing the name of the Dust Buddies to Dusty's Heroes. I like that better because I like calling you guys heroes because you are the heroes that allow me to keep doing this show. And I really appreciate the support. So I might change it in the future to Dusty's Heroes. And thank you for becoming a upgraded Dusty's Hero, Kyle Rapp. You're amazing. And E, my real life buddy E, says, here's another Jackson just to say, yes, you gave me that shirt. Oh, did I? Cool. I didn't remember if I had any of those. Awesome, man. Need to take some pictures of that and you and your Tony Stark sunglasses and send it. And Hung Light Jesus gave me $10. Thank you, Hung Light Jesus. Good to see you tonight. One Life Zero Gods just got a $9,000 hospital bill after being hit by a car while walking in a crosswalk in February. Even though the driver was at fault, I'm screwed. Yeah, don't pay it. Fuck them. Let them sue you. I told you guys the story about how I went to the emergency room for kidney stones, and I was there for 90 minutes, and they sent me an $8,000 bill. It's just ridiculous. If they would have sent me a $500 bill, it would have been ridiculous, but I'd have paid it. $8,000, I'm like, fuck you. I'm not paying a goddamn dime. Sue me. Never heard from him again. Silver Mandalorian. No gods, no countries. All one people. Read that. Cool. Kubrick Lover 1972. Conservatives say that liberals are communists when people just want health care and education, and the rich and the government can help. There's money. Yep. Communism's when the government does anything. No. Communism is where the government owns all the private property. Has nothing to do with universal health care, you fucking morons. But they gotta scare you somehow. E says Dust Bunnies rule. Dust Bunnies do rule. But what about heroes, E? What about Dusty's Heroes? It's like Hogan's Heroes with less Nazis. So just think about that, E. And Shane Winter gave me $20. Very generous, Shane Winter. Thank you. Shane says, I missed the first part of the show because my Bluetooth headphones ran out of juice, but I'm killing it. I got my deep voice going on, not fucking up my words too much. We got interesting show topics. This is the greatest show. It was the worst thing that ever happened to me in the whole of human history. I agree. I've had an easy life. Shh, you ain't the only one, brother. You are the most entertaining person ever. Gonna get high now. I would argue with you, but how can I argue with your obvious honesty? And one more. Icon says $5. I remember when MLK Day started, and since I know too many people who say they rather work or it's a stupid holiday, yep. We all know why that is. Racist. Too racist to take a goddamn day off work. I can't imagine ever being that fucking racist. But America, not the best. And thank you. More super chats, please. Appreciate all you heroes. And EO Masco, I will read yours when I come back. So stay tuned. And so anyway, our conversation about critical race theory dovetails beautifully into the fact that Joe Biden has just made Juneteenth a national holiday. So somebody earlier asked me, what is Juneteenth? Well, Juneteenth is basically the celebration of when America ended slavery in this country. Which, like, if there was one thing Americans should be celebrating, it would be this. Like, literally, ending slavery in America is probably the best thing, the single greatest thing America has ever done. Enslaving people was probably the worst thing we've ever done. So if we're going to celebrate anything, yeah. Now, Native Americans, destroy the Native Americans, I think that's probably number 2. Now, maybe some people say that's the number 1 worst thing we ever did. It's debatable, but like in a way, enslaving people to me is like worse than murder. Owning another human being, taking them, raping them, forcing them to work against their will if they don't want to, beating them, murdering them, taking their children away from them, murdering their children, living in a completely hopeless existence with people that hate you, beat you, torture you. Yeah, man, that is some fucked up goddamn shit. Hard to believe anybody was ever okay with that. Ending that is one of the greatest fucking things we've ever done. It's the greatest thing we've ever done in this country, in my opinion. Kind of a side story, but one thing they used to do to slaves, I don't know if you guys know this, but they would, the white slave masters sometimes would take the biggest, strongest, most disobedient male slaves, and they would rape them. They called it buck breaking, in order to break their spirit by raping them until their spirit was so broken they couldn't fight back and they would just obey. The worst shit in the fucking world. In fact, buck breaking is a new hot topic on 4chan. The racists on 4chan, they're all pissed off because interracial sex is hugely popular these days. Big black dicks a big thing these days. So they got to push back with their racism. So they continuously bring up buck breaking in order to try to disenfranchise black people. Because, you know, racists got to be racist shitheads. But anyway, Joe Biden finally, he didn't know what Juneteenth was last year. Now he's on board. Now it's a national holiday. And it's a good thing.
In short, this day doesn't just celebrate the past. It calls for action today. I wish all Americans a happy Juneteenth. I'm certainly in a moment going to sign into law, making it a federal holiday. And I have to say to you, I've only been president for several months, but I think this will go down for me as one of the greatest honors I will have had as president, not because I did it, you did it, Democrats and Republicans, but it's an enormous, enormous honor. Thank you for what you've done. And by the way, typical of most of us in Congress and Senate, I went down the other end of the hall first and thanked your staffs because I know who does the hard work. No, they're down there.
So I've been critical of Joe, but this is a very good thing. This should have been the first national holiday. What's the greatest thing America ever did, huh? Let's think about that. Oh, we freed slaves. Yeah, that one. Let's celebrate that one. And this is something not just black people should be sharing or celebrating. This is something every white American should be incredibly fucking proud of. We should be horrified that we ever allowed slavery to take place to begin with. But we should feel proud that a lot of really great people stood up and they gave their lives to end this incredible fucking evil. We should be celebrating this. But of course, conservatives are racist pieces of shit. You're garbage. You're garbage humans. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to be civil to you. I'm not gonna be. Because you're racist fucking subhumans. And of course, they're pissed. They're pissed that anybody would dare think about celebrating the end of slavery in this country. Let's start off with white supremacist booger-eating Nick Fuentes. Incensed by it, of course. They are replacing our holidays, our monuments, our heroes. They're not replacing my heroes. My heroes were never Confederate soldiers. My heroes were never traitors that literally gave their lives in order to enslave, rape, and torture other people. Yes, that might be your hero because you're subhuman, you're trash, but not mine, motherfucker. Our history, our culture, our constitution, our religion. They are replacing the population. They are destroying our civilization and replacing it with a third world shithole. Well, if slavery is part of your proud civilization, your proud history, then it should be destroyed and replaced. But greet Nick. Swallow hard, motherfucker. And of course, little Benny Shapiro, he tweeted out this tweet from a stead that said, "It's kind of amazing. Juneteenth is going to be a federal holiday for reasons teachers won't be allowed to explain to their students out of fear critical race theory backlash." True story. Going to make it illegal to even teach the history of racism and slavery in this country. So kids won't even know what the fuck Juneteenth is about. And Benny Shapiro's like, "I'm pretty sure people in the United States are aware of slavery." Imagine this brain dead response. Hey, I'm pretty sure people in the United States are aware of mathematics. Why teach mathematics? They know about mathematics, right? Hey, I'm pretty sure that kids know about social studies, history. Why are we teaching these? Kids have heard of history. Why are you teaching it? Just as brain dead as you can fucking possibly be. So, of course, he is a multi-millionaire conservative hero. Because you garbage, you fucks. And of course, they're breaking out their tokens. Right-wing grifters, Candace Owen, and Charlie Kirk, watermelon head Charlie Kirk, tweeted out, "Lincoln knew America's founding was July 4th, 1776. Who gives a shit about that? We're still celebrating that too, right? What does that have to do with Juneteenth? He knew that was the day our amazing nation made a step from ideal to reality. Literally in 1776, slavery is still legal. Literally only the white people were granted their independence on 1776. What are you even talking about, dummy? Juneteenth is an affront to the unity of July 4th. How does it affect July 4th in any way? We now have 2 summer holidays. Oh no, not 2 holidays. I can't believe we have 2 days of celebration. The horror. Think of the children having to celebrate twice during the summer. And one of them based on race. Not based on race, based on ending slavery. Shame on the GOP for supporting this. Like, lots of them voted against this, so they barely supported it. You racist fucks. And of course, Candace Owens, who literally sued, got the NAACP to help her sue over racial discrimination, won $50,000. Now I'm going to pretend like racism doesn't exist in this country. She came out and said, "Juneteenth is so lame." You can even hear the vocal fry in her tweets. Democrats really need to stop trying to repackage segregation. That's right, folks. Isn't the celebration of the end of slavery and, giving black folks rights, isn't that segregation? Beyond parody. How you compare it to this? I'll be celebrating July 4th and July 4th only. I'm an American. You're a whiny piss baby snowflake. Good God, y'all. Who gives a shit? Celebrate anything you fucking want to or nothing at all. You're a moron. Has nothing to do with you being American. So obviously Azalea Banks, hero shit. She crawled up in Candace Owens' ass and gave her what for. Azalea Banks says, according to this logic, on July 4th, 1776, you would still be enslaved, most likely on the verge of starvation due to all of America's food supply having been prioritized for the war. While you hand sew American flags and struggle to wet nurse some depressed 24-year-old white widow's sickly child until your nipples are chapped and dry, whereafter you will be whipped by her 80-year-old uncle for your own malnourishment and inability to produce milk, then sent to toil over a wood-burning stove, blistering your hands while forced to make a peasantly meal of biscuits and gravy. You will be watched closely by her irate, sunburned, and whiskey-soaked 80-year-old uncle to be sure you do not sneak a single biscuit or fingerful of roux to yourself. After you've watched everyone eat, you will be sent to do the cleaning up. Your last task will be brushing the stressed and balding White Widow's hair to prepare for her sleeping bonnet, a deep rest in her comfortable canopy bed. Next, your final descent down the stairs and out of the back door, where you'll proudly sleep on a bug-infested pile of hay in a 6x4 cabin you share with 4 of the slaves. Happy Independence Day, Candace Owens! And yeah, that's what she wants to celebrate, folks. Now, look, folks, I know that Candace Owens does not give a shit about Juneteenth. She doesn't give a shit about 4th of July. Literally just a shameless grifter who will say whatever she has to say to make money, and she will. They will reward her for saying this. They will reward her for being a house slave. They'll reward her. And she'll make the bank. That's the way it works. And here's one from sexy ass Cody Shody Johnson. Sorry, I don't mean to sexually harass the incredibly sexy Cody Johnson. Sorry, Cody. Here's a GOP rep Norman explains his Juneteenth no folks on Fox Radio. GOP rep Ralph Norman says, how many holidays do we want? Yeah, here's a good argument. We're having too much fun in America. We can't celebrate the end of slavery because you guys really want another holiday? He goes on to say, what's the magic number? This would put it at 11. Do we want 20? This is 100% the same exact arguments they made against Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The same racist cracker bullshit every goddamn time. Are we gonna do one for Native American Indians? Yeah, let's have a holiday for Native American Indians. No, because it's trying to celebrate. We did nothing good for Native Americans. Yeah, let's celebrate us giving them pox blankets. Let's celebrate wiping them out and taking their land. No, can't do it. There's nothing to celebrate there. If there was, I'd be all for it. But there ain't. I mean, where does it stop? This was such an easy no vote. Yep. Racist ass GOP doing what the racists do. And that is my Juneteenth coverage, folks. Happy Juneteenth. Ending slavery. I know this is controversial, but ending slavery is good? I don't know. Maybe you want to celebrate that. Cubic Lover 1972 says, Dusty, I think we're one of the last countries on earth to get rid of slavery. Yep. We certainly wasn't ahead of the curve. I don't think other countries understand why we had slavery so long. Yeah, they failed to realize how evil we fucking are. EO Manscode 84. Have to ask, would I have permission to super chat a GoFundMe link to my friend's father's surgery in Venezuela? Sure, you can super chat whatever you want to. Go ahead. And all right, more super chats, please. Help me out. Much appreciated. And now, gonna move on to a section I used to do and quit doing. I'm gonna do it again. Pardon me, sir, but would you like to commit some capital treason? Well, of course, indubitably. Let's do all of the treason. Treason for everyone. Yep, capital treason is back, folks. And first off, Tucker Carlson on the #1 cable news network in America is blaming the FBI for being behind the January 6th Capitol riots. Now, we know it was Trump supporters. We know it was the FBI, but they literally can't take responsibility for anything. And so he's going to pretend like it's the FBI now, spreading these conspiracy theories. Of course, he was debunked to hell and back, which I'll show you in this clip. God damn it, America.
They were almost certainly working for the FBI.
They weren't.
So FBI operatives were organizing the attack on the Capitol.
Okay, let's say that's true. Let's say you believe that. I know you don't, but let's say you believe that. Let's investigate. Let's have a bipartisan investigation, shall we? Nope. Conservatives don't want that. They literally voted against it. Every one of them. Tucker Carlson didn't hold anybody accountable, did not demand an investigation, which proves he doesn't actually believe this. He just knows this is red meat to lie to the old boomers that watch his fucking show, and he makes money off of it, and he don't give a fuck. And the text in this video says, this is Tucker Carlson's latest conspiracy theory. About about the January 6th Capitol insurrection.
Strangely, some of the key people who participated on January 6th have not been charged. Look at the documents. The government calls those people unindicted co-conspirators. What does that mean? Well, it means that in potentially every single case, they were FBI operatives.
Wrong.
Really?
Really? No, not really. You're literally just making that up. You pull that out of your fucking ass, knowing you'll never be held accountable for any lie you tell. You'll just be richer.
This is simply impossible, right? He's got it wrong. Here's why. If you're an FBI undercover, if you're an informant, you're not really part of a criminal agreement. You're pretending for the sake of the investigation. So no prosecutor would ever use this phrase, unindicted co-conspirator, to refer to somebody working for the FBI.
But wait, here's the interesting thing.
Analysis by the Washington Post of the indictment Carlson was describing identified the co-conspirators as likely the wife of the indicted man and a member of the far-right Oath Keepers.
Oh, okay.
To what extent was there infiltration of those groups by undercover agents or informants?
So anyway, just lies, lies, lies. They got to pretend like, hey, it wasn't Trump. It wasn't Trump supporters. It was the FBI, but let's not investigate. It was Antifa. Violent AF Antifa caused a riot, but it was also peaceful. It was basically just tourists walking through there. Nothing happened, but it was evil. Just they're all over the fucking map with this. And of course, Candace Owens also out there spreading this conspiracy theory. She got almost 12,000 likes for saying, "This is common sense. The most obvious clue that the DOJ was behind January 6th were the pipe bombs that were dropped off the night before by an anonymous person who the FBI claims still to be searching for. Entirely impossible. They do not know who dropped off bombs near the White House." So according to Candace Owens, Trump's FBI and Department of Justice was behind this. Is that really your argument here? Trump, the greatest, smartest, most genius president in the history of mankind, was so inept and feckless that his own FBI, his own Department of Justice, set him up, and he did nothing about it? Knew nothing about it? Really? Doesn't seem like he's very on the ball, if that is your claim, but obviously just so stupid in every goddamn way. And Representative Louis Gohmert taking these lies directly to the House floor, because why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he spread this shit on the House floor? Sure.
You know, so if there were federal agents that were involved on January 6th.
Let's investigate? Let's have a bipartisan investigate? No, you voted against that. It's almost like you don't believe it there, Louis.
We really need to know what the FBI knew and when they knew it.
Let's investigate.
And not only that, we need to know how much participation did any of our federal friends,
you mean, like with some kind of investigation, or maybe
either at DOJ, FBI, or any of the intel community, what kind of role were they playing? Because there's information that came out about the effort to kidnap the Michigan governor, and there were federal agents. So it's been said there were federal agents that were involved in that.
Yeah, they're federal agents busting the people that were doing the kidnapping and murdering. What are you talking about? So, yep. Let's investigate, but I will vote against any investigation. It's Louis Gohmert. This is what Republicans are like. So silly. And yep, they voted no to give honors to the Capitol Police who were maced, beat, abused, crushed. All these Republicans, all these back to blue, oh, we care about our police. We're American patriots. They voted all against giving honors to the police. Because the truth is, if they give honors to the police, they have to admit that actually something went on, some kind of violence went on, that the police deserve commendations for, that they fought back against. And they can't even admit that there was an insurrection on January 6th. They can't admit that Trump supporters did anything wrong. So they have to literally throw the police under the bus to keep from admitting reality that we all saw with our own eyes. That is conservatism in a fucking nutshell. Don't believe what you saw, believe what we say. And speaking of the Capital Insurrection, they just released some new video. They should release it all. Apparently, they had a Freedom of Information Act, so they were forced to release this, the DOJ. But they should be releasing all of this footage. So this is former New York Police Department officer Thomas Webster attacking a cop attacking another cop. Here's your back to blue, motherfuckers. Fake ass shit. He's the guy in the red.
They have years. You look at what the judicial system is doing. Don't tell me, motherfuckers. You're attack America? No, fuck that. Come on, guys. Come on, take your shit off. Take your shit off. You
That's assault on a police officer right there. If you did that, if a black guy did it on the street, they would murder him. Yeah, look at all this, these Antifa pretending to be Trump supporters. Isn't this Antifa? Doesn't that guy clearly look like Antifa pretending to be a Trump supporter? No, it doesn't. Just attacking the police. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, knocking him down, beat him. Yeah! Back the blue. We love our police. It's Antifa that hates the cops, ain't it? Yeah. It was all peaceful. It was basically just tourists. They were just sightseeing at the Capitol. Yep. And another one that got released. This is, this guy's crazy as fuck. This is, Fairlam is his name. And, well, let's see. There's another one first. Let's show this first video first. New DOJ released more videos in the Capitol riot. This is evidence against New Jersey man Scott Fairlam, who is facing allegations for assaulting a police officer. Yeah, back to blue. Here we go.
You don't even know you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. You guys have no idea what the fuck you're doing. Not one single fucking idea. Not one idea. What side are you guys on? You're the pro-police. We're still with y'all. We're Americans and we're doing this for you.
Dude, we're doing this for you. We're attacking you and macing you and beating you with flags for your own good, police officer, because we're Americans. Hey, we're overthrowing democracy and trying to install a dictator against the will of the people for you, because we're patriots. And before that guy claims he's totally peaceful, he's been taken out of context. Pretty clear about his intentions.
What patriots do? We fucking disarm them, and then we storm the fucking Capitol. Fuck you.
Yeah, we disarm them, and then we storm the Capitol. We're patriots. We have to overthrow our government and democracy and install a dictator. You know, we have to burn the Constitution. That's just what patriots do. It's just so scary. These motherfuckers can have both these ideas in their heads at the same time and still believe both of them are true. They can still believe they're righteous in destroying our goddamn government and democracy. Terrifying Trump supporters are, motherfuckers. And last up, on Capital Insurrection, they actually asked Putin, this hero, asked Putin a direct question. Hey, you keep killing all your political enemies. What are you afraid of? And of course, he brings up the Capitol riots, does a whataboutism, in order to claim somehow us arresting people during the Capitol riots and defending Congress people is the same as him murdering his political enemies. Because sure, why not?
Yeah, microphone.
You didn't answer my question, sir. If all of your political opponents are dead, in prison, poisoned, doesn't that send a message that you do not want a fair political fight?
Well, on the question of who is murdering whom, people rioted and went into the Congress in the US with political demands. And many people were declared as criminals, and they are threatened with imprisonment from 20 to 25 years. And these people were immediately arrested after those events.
It literally has nothing to do with you murdering people and poisoning your political enemies, but sure, why not? It's the same. They committed treason, tried to overthrow our government, started a dictator. That's the same as you murdering your political enemies, Putin. But no wonder Trump likes this guy so much. They're very, very similar, and that is my indubitably capital treason section for you guys. Let's see if there's any new super chats. Super chats! Adam Wright gave me $5. Thank you, Adam Wright. You one of the good ones. Hit the like button, folks. 558 people watching. Only 348 likes. Please do your part to help out the show if you can. It's free. Don't cost you nothing. And Cubic Lover 1972. Trump didn't do anything when the Capitol was attacked. He actually helped it to happen. He sat back and purposely didn't listen to calls for help. Yep. That's exactly what he did. But he wanted it to happen. It's what he wanted to happen, right? He instigated it, so obviously he wasn't going to do anything to stop it, since he literally caused it to happen. Jay Kerrigan, Tucker Carlson, yep. Rich as fuck, Tucker Carlson, $5, Cubic Lover. China invented gunpowder. That's how we got fireworks, hell yeah, and paper. Smart China. Cubic Lover, Dusty, I think we were one of the I already read that. All right, more super chats, please, if you're able. Help out the show. Support the animals and the fuzzies and all that cute shit. And next up, gonna do a section I like to call What the Fuck? And first off, on What the Fuck, this says the most important TikTok you will ever see. I don't know if it's the most important TikTok you'll ever see, but apparently there is a new TikTok challenge going around trying to get white women to show how well they are at fake crying. Presumably to, you know, get people into trouble and lie about people. Scary. As you're watching this, just imagine how many people have been imprisoned or murdered because of lying ass crocodile tears like this. And they're proud of how good they are doing this. Watch your smile at the end.
Hey, look, they took my last video down for hate speech, so I'm not going to say anything. All I'm going to say is, under that sound, there's a bunch of videos of white women who are crying. And then when the beat drops, they stop crying, right? And the challenge is to show how convincing that performance was. I'm not going to say anything. All I'm going to say is...
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking? How many, not just black folks have been killed for that. It's probably more white folks have been killed from crocodile tears since, you know, white women are more likely to be around white folks than they are black folks. But lots of black folks, lots of white folks being killed from that kind of stupid bullshit. And the fact that TikTok is making that a challenge, pretty par for the course. Not surprised. And another thing that won't surprise you, one of the first cruises scheduled to sail from the United States has been postponed after 8 crew members tested positive for the coronavirus during routine testing. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Why would anybody go on a cruise right now? I guess if you're fully vaccinated, maybe. But who the fuck wants to be on a petri dish, shoulder to shoulder with other sick motherfuckers? You crazy. Wait a couple years. Cruises are boring anyway. Like, they're good if you want to go get fat. They got lots of free food and shit, but the rest of it's boring as fuck. VR people, stay at home. You can take a cruise in your house for free. And you can do other things in VR for free with machines. Machines. Sad. All right, next up. Here's a Joe Biden clip, and I'm not sure if he thought it through very well. What the fuck?
His credibility worldwide shrinks. Let's get this straight. How would it be if the United States were viewed by the rest of the world as interfering with the elections directly of other countries, and everybody knew it? What would
Sit down with with a straight face. Yeah, this is good right here. The fuck you talking about, Joe Biden? That's exactly what the United States is known for. It's exactly what we've done continuously for fucking ever. Good God, have some self-awareness, dude. Quiet, Joe. More Juneteenth stuff. Less that. And last up on what the fuck. Here's the security on the meeting between Joe Biden and King Felipe. This is what they have. What in the hell? Looks like something from Men in Black. Apparently these are weapons that are supposed to be anti-drone weapons, but got some serious shit out there. Look at this big motherfucking thing. Good God. What year is it? That's some crazy ass, scary, futuristic shit right there. And that's my what the fuck section, folks. Check the super chats. Marcel R, $5. Federal judges should allow these cruises to happen. And Florida dictator is excited about it. Yeah, he passed a law that they can't demand people that go on the cruises to be vaccinated. So, I mean, I guess if you're vaccinated, I can understand why you want to go because you're pretty safe. But if you're not vaccinated, good God, you're going to die, yo. And Lee Spanner, $2. Thank you, Lee Spanner. Appreciate that. Good to see you. The Fashy Brown. It's really hard to stomach in the year 2021. Slavery ending is finally being recognized. Maybe it'll sit better with me in the future. Yeah, but I guess better late than never. But I agree it is still incredibly embarrassing. What the fuck, America? And Adam Wright, $5. Thank you, Adam Wright. All right, more super chats, please. Gonna go ahead and continue the show. Gonna finish about on time tonight. Because next up, gonna do a little religious bullshit for you guys. Because religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious bully shit. It's time for religious bullshit. And first off, on religious bullshit, everybody's favorite methed out prophet, Robin Bullock, talks to God, y'all. He totally talks to God, and he can't remember what God says. So he's got to write it down, and I guess even he can't read his own sloppy-ass writing, so he's not doing very well reading what God told him, which kind of makes me think maybe God didn't say shit to this motherfucker, but I'm sure this is all real. Here's what God told this dude.
Let me see if I can put some of this together. I heard the United States Navy is about to enter the prophetic scheme. Watch for this.
Goody.
I heard the Pentagon say, whoa.
Whoa.
I saw the Oval Office dark.
Oh, no.
I heard this.
Also, I love how in the background they have this rhythmic music. They do it on purpose in churches. They're trying to hypnotize you. Rhythmic music is part of the hypnotism process. They've known about this for years, the psychological impact of it. But you can hear him just play the same beat over and over again as he's prophesying in order to get their stupid sheep-like cult members into a trance to believe what the fuck he's saying.
Everything is wide open right now, and I heard impeachment. I heard impeachment.
Oh, impeachment.
And I heard resign.
Maybe he was talking about Trump.
Impeachment and resign. That's what I heard.
Why isn't God more clear? Yeah, he's so vague. Why doesn't God say, hey, on this date, this is going to happen? And if it doesn't happen, you have to admit you're a false prophet. Why does that ever happen? Oh, I heard the word blue. And then I heard Cheeto. Blue and Cheeto. So look out for that, folks. Something's going to be blue and somebody's going to eat a Cheeto. So, God, yo, give me money.
I'm going to tell you something.
Okay, tell me. He's about to say his catchphrase. This is all they got to say, folks, to make millions of dollars. Joe Biden is not president. Donald Trump won. Yay, take my money. This is all they all say. The number one conservative Christian catchphrase. One simple trick can make you $1 million. It's this easy. He can't even speak.
Joe Biden is still not the president.
He is.
He's never been the president.
He has.
He's still not the president, and he never will be the president.
He is the president.
So therefore, everything within this so-called
Circle?
What do they call
You
their...
can't even remember the word administration. Good God! Christians are not sitting their best. I do a 2-hour show twice a week. Now, I fuck over my words sometimes, but I'm pretty on the ball. I can form sentences. I can string a thought together. What is wrong with these people?
Staff. Their administration, their so-called administration, is bogus. It's all bogus.
Yes, it's the
bogus. And I
thing.
heard impeachment and resign.
You already said that. God damn it, God's boring. I was just talking to Satan, and I heard blowjob and machine. I don't know what that means, folks. I don't know what those two words together mean. What does a machine have to do with the blowjob? Satan didn't say, but I'm sure it will manifest itself in some way in my life. Don't know. We'll see what happens. And anyway, next up on religious bullshit, bigoted ass Christians doing what bigoted ass Christians do. They're on, this is State Representative Mary Bentlet calling trans people abominations on the floor in the Arkansas Senate, showing the love of Christ.
A woman shall not wear anything that pertains to a man, nor a man put on a woman's garments, for all who do so are an abomination.
Oh no, the Bible says men can't wear dresses. Oh, didn't they all wear like robes that looked just like dresses back in the day? Didn't Jesus wear like this this terry cloth sack that looked like a dress? What are you talking about? He had long hair, hung out with dudes all day. I want to read the Bible. I don't know, dudes. And this one from Tony Perkins. It's the same grift that's always been, folks. Got to make you scared of the gay people. God's really concerned where you put your penis. Doesn't want you to put it in a booty hole or like in a machine, apparently, that gives blowjobs. I don't know. Here he is saying we all want to put them in furnaces for being anti-gay bigots.
Good evening and welcome to Pray Vote Stand. I'm your host, Tony Perkins, President of the Family Research Council. Tonight, surviving the rainbow onslaught.
Oh no.
When you can't turn on the television, shop for cereal, or scroll through Facebook without being hit over the head with LGBT...
Literally almost hit me over the head. If reading Facebook posts is damaging to your psyche, maybe you're a snowflake. He's literally calling for safe spaces here. He needs a safe space with no gay people. I need a safe space, folks. But if you want safe spaces, you're all weak. Double think all the time.
Pride. How should Christians respond? Thanks to woke corporate America and the most radical administration in history, there's no escaping the left's forced sexual revolution. What does the Bible say about confronting the culture's...
It says that slavery is okay. It says that you should bash children's heads against rocks and stone disobedient children and adulterers. That's what it says. Might want to talk about that a little bit sometime, dude.
Rebellion. How did we get to the point where celebrating sex and transgenderism became a 30-day event that rivals Christmas?
It rivals Christmas. No, it doesn't. Other than like a Pride Day or two, you barely hear anything about it. Christmas is year-round. Never stopped talking about it. Never went to Walmart and saw the entire goddamn place decorated in Christmas garb. Never went down the streets. Every small town in America, Christmas lights up everywhere. Bows and wreaths all over the fucking place. Are you lying? Isn't there some kind of rule against that in your book? I don't know. I might want to look into that.
We have a president who's flying the rainbow flag above the U.S. flag at our embassies. A Democratic Congress that thinks the military should salute Pride on base, and a White House that brags almost 14% of its 1,500 appointees are LGBT.
Good.
You can't blame people for wondering, when did we become identified by our sexual proclivities? The world is upside down when American pride is something we should apologize for, but sexual perversion is the stuff of parade.
Not sexual perversion, just having sex with whoever you want to. It's not a big deal. Why do you give a fuck? Because you have to have something to lord over people as a boogeyman? You have to have something to complain about? Yes.
Just a few decades ago, these activists said all they wanted was recognition.
No, they did not. They never said that. They said, we want equity. We want equality. We want it to be treated equal. We want it to stop you from condemning us for our love, for who we love. We want you bigots to stop harassing us. Never said, all you do is recognize us. Never said that. You're lying. It's a straw man.
Autonomy, coexistence. Now, a handful of years after Obergefell, it's not enough to leave them alone with their choices. They demand validation, affirmation, celebration. Pride is the new religion.
Literally don't demand you do any of that. You don't have to celebrate pride. They demand that they want to celebrate pride. You don't have to celebrate anything, dude. Stay your old dumb ass in your house. Turn the lights out. No one's going to bother you.
And everyone must bow a knee to their sexual gods or face the left's fiery furnace. Is it just me?
Gotta
or
play the victims all the time. Oh my God, they're going to put you in a fiery furnace. You're literally saying whatever the fuck you want to at all times. No one's putting you in a furnace, dude. You victim much? And Representative Louis Gohmert gave $5,000 to Christian hate preacher Steven Anderson, one of the most vile fucks on the goddamn planet, called for and celebrated the deaths and murders of LGBTQ people, called on the government to execute homosexuals, spread COVID misinformation, every bad thing could possibly do. And Louis Gohmert, now he's pretending, oh, it was a mistake. Yes, I filed paperwork saying I gave this guy $5,500, but I didn't. I actually gave it to somebody else named Steve Anderson, and I just put this guy's name and his address down by mistake somehow. Oopsies. Bullshit. You gave this guy $5,500, Louis Gohmert, and then you admitted to it. Now you're trying to backtrack because you're evil as fuck. Just own it. I wouldn't have respect for you, but I'd have more respect for you than lying. And, remember that show, what was the show called? Kids by the Dozen was a reality show back in 2007 where all these Christians had a bunch of fucking kids. I know there's been so many shows, they all run together. But anyway, one of the girls came forward and they said, oh yeah, on that show, they didn't want us to go to school. So they basically made us homeschool ourselves. They made us teach ourselves the books and shit. And then they made us give ourselves our own report cards in order to keep doing the show. Anybody surprised by that? No, of course not. They had so many kids, they couldn't teach all the kids, of course. And they just wanted to keep making money because it's all about the fucking money on the show. So these Christians just made them have no education whatsoever and made them fake it. Pretty par on the course, in my opinion. I actually did something very similar. There was a year I took off school, I think when I was 15 maybe. And instead, we just ordered all the homeschooling books from some kind of Christian homeschooling thing that was accredited. And I just went to the back of the book and got all the answers and filled all the books out in like 10 minutes. I did like a year's worth of school in 2 hours. Literally just copied and pasted from the back, sent them in, and I got accredited for the entire year. So, loophole. Don't actually have to go to school. You get a diploma and shit for cheating if you want to. If you guys ever want to do that, don't recommend it. But Christian Dusty, I was a scoundrel. And last up on religious bullshit, the Catholics, they had a big meeting of bishops, and they're trying to pass a rule that anybody who supports abortion and abortion rights can't get communion, which is specifically targeted at Joe Biden, who is the most religiously observant commander-in-chief since Jimmy Carter. Dude is Catholic as fuck, and his own religion is turning against him, trying to make an example out of him, and goddamn it, it's beautiful. That's what you get, Joe Biden. That's what you get for throwing your lot in with perhaps the most evil organization in the history of mankind. An organization of child rapists and pedophiles. Now they're turning on you, Joe Biden. Good. I hope it makes you fucking miserable, Joe Biden, for supporting them, for having anything to do with this evil bullshit. Just desserts. I hope they pass it. I hope it makes you mad, Joe. And that is my religious bullshit segment. Let me read the super chats. Says, how much for the machine? I'll buy one. Okay, here's the thing. So the BJ, I'm going to say BJ, because what's happening on YouTube is there's bots that go around and they listen to all the audio and all the recordings you do, and they look for keywords, and when they find these keywords, they basically put adult content labels on your stuff, where it basically makes not many people see your videos. So I'm going to use code words. So BJ machine. So the thing about it is the BJ machine technology is still in its infancy. Especially if you want some kind of home consumer brands. Don't forget to like the video, folks. It's 560 of you right now. Only 400 likes. Like the video. So it's still kind of a do-it-yourself type business where people are on the Reddit forums and they're posting what you should get and how you build these things to make the perfect machine. And so it's still a little bit of where you have to like put the pieces together and do it yourself. So basically, to have what I have, which in my opinion, I perfected this thing. I actually built a contraption for it that's not even available anywhere on the internet for sale. I should patent it. I have increased the value of this thing 1,000%. I built basically a bed mount for this thing from scratch that's collapsible and storable. So anyway, so the device itself, I'm going to get in trouble for doing this, but whatever. The device, this has been heavily modified. I modified this myself. The device itself is called a handy. And it's just this black part underneath here. All this other stuff is stuff I've added to it. And it's basically a masturbatorial aid. It's for it's like a hand job, seems like. And you have to usually hold it. But I have modified it to where it is hands-free. And so what you do is you combine this with I can't say this word, F-lights. F, you know the word. It's another word for skin. F-lights has this thing that's supposed to simulate blowjob. It actually, it has suction. It sucks. And it feels kind of like, so you combine the two things with the amount all together to make the best BJ machine. And so the handy itself, which also connects to the internet, like I said, and they have videos that are synced up to the movies, so it basically moves to the movies and stuff, and also VR movies. So it costs $160, okay? And the fleshlight attachment, which is much better than any other attachments in my opinion, it's $70. And then the other accessories and stuff you need to make the whole unit to put it together, probably another $50. So the entire thing is like, what was that? 130. It's like $250 maybe for the entire thing. But you have to kind of put it together yourself. But that's what it cost. It sucks. It does suck. So anyway, I wanted to answer your question thoroughly, E, and that is the answer to that question. I need to put out like a DIY guide to how I built mine. But if I do it, people will bitch and moan, and they'll stop supporting me on Patreon and stuff because they're like, you overshare, Dusty. I can't support you if you're going to talk about that stuff. Okay, fine, whatever, fuck off, you know? It's just life. See, here's the thing. Here's why I talk about masturbation so much. Growing up, I was made to feel so guilty. I was made to feel like I was wrong and evil and sinful for doing the most natural thing in the world. I used to cry myself to sleep at night over how bad they made me feel about it. I don't want anybody to go through that. I want to normalize it. I want to be like, okay, it's no big deal. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to be ashamed of it, and nobody should be ashamed of it, because I'm hoping that kids will watch this. I really am. I don't give a shit. I hope young people who feel guilty about it will watch this. I hope people that are embarrassed will watch this, and they'll see there's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's healthy. It's normal. It's good for you. And anybody who makes you feel bad for it, fuck them. I don't care if it's embarrassing to me, because it's not embarrassing to me. I'm not embarrassed at all. I'm proud that I have the bravery to speak out about it, because it's just human nature. So anyway, I'm gonna talk. My one black friend, Campbell's chicken noodle soup, super chats, delicious. It's soup for my family. Cubic Lover 1972, Dusty, I think preachers try to manipulate people's emotions through music and fake exaltation. Yeah, they've done videos on this, where they basically play this rhythmic music on purpose in order to get you kind of in a trance-like state where you're more susceptible. Very well-known tactic. Marshall R., the fact people still believe in these charlatans shows that we are a doomed species, hopefully not, hopefully we can overcome. Got to be optimistic. Lonnie Tyler, what's up, Dusty? Love the show. I have 2 cats, Layla and Zelda. My sister's name is Layla. Any cat litter advice would be helpful. I just buy the cheap clay pellets from Walmart, which is $5 for a 25-pound bag. I have like 9 cats, so that's what I use. And it's fine. You know, you just got to clean out the litter. I clean out the litter once a week, and I scoop out the litter boxes every day, and every single cat has their own litter boxes. And I don't have much of a problem with it. So that is my advice. Won't let me add a link. Thanks for letting me try. No problem, Yo Man's Code. I'm sorry about that. Stupid YouTube. And Icon, moan and do the hand movement again. Okay. That was my intro to Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy. I'm just a sexy boy, sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy, sexy boy. All right. Let's continue on with the show. Oh, overtime. We're going to do a little overtime. Hell yeah. Who loves overtime? You love overtime. Reward me for overtime. And now it's time for one of the most depressing sections, but also most of the time it's very entertaining. Dipshit, you're caring too much. And here's a list of people that are caring way too much. And so this black dude, he's out at his pool, just chilling. I don't know when this is, folks. This just went viral again. This might be old. I don't know. Never saw it before. I'm going to assume it's new. And the manager at the apartments calls, well, it doesn't call the cops on him, but calls this lady over who is a off-duty police officer. And this is the most obvious female off-duty police officer I've ever seen. She should be like in the manual of what you would look like as a female off-duty police officer, and harassing this black guy who lives in the apartment complex for being at the pool he pays to be at.
We got another police officer after I showed her my key and walked up here and tried to kick me out of my own goddamn pool. I pay $1,600 in rent.
Black man booted from his pool. Shane Holland was told to leave the pool at his apartment complex for refusing to give his address to an off-duty cop.
I don't know her, and she's asking where I live.
The property manager verified that Holland is a resident, but tells him to leave the area anyway.
The question that you asked me was, do I live here? I said yes. Then you asked me what my address was. I showed you my key. What more of a conversation needs to be held? Like, seriously, what more of a conversation do I need to?
I had a whole bunch of people around.
But I'm saying...
You need to answer her question.
I did answer her question. I did. I told... Why do I need to give this lady who I don't know my address, if you want me? Why do I have to leave my pool she don't live here? Do you live here?
There is a sign that says that I can ask for anybody to leave.
But for what?
When he showed the cops his pool key, she snatched
I showed you
it.
my key. I showed you my key. You're going to take my key out of my hand now? All right, well, you're going to give me another one.
Now the property manager is on administration leave. You about to lose your job. She was caught in other videos kicking black people out of the pool. Shocker. Holland says this was a case of racial profiling. No way. This story is just one of many viral videos of black people who were reported confronted by police for... yeah, whatever. Anyway, Karen's got a Karen. 2 Karens right there. And good luck on the job search, Karen. And once again, I don't know when this video was shot. It just went re-viral on Reddit with 33,000 likes, which is a lot. So I love her privileged attitude. So she throws an entire drink at this woman at the fast food worker, probably making minimum wage, who's filming her. Obviously, she did some shit before the filming took place because she wouldn't have started filming her. And then she acts shocked when the girl throws some water back on her. Why are you shocked? You literally threw a drink at her. Let's watch it.
Good morning. Get away from the window. I'm not talking to you anymore. I don't care. You don't care? No. Give me the manager. Like, can you hear her talking to me?
Do you belong to number 1? Your mom don't care how I talk to you. She's not going to do nothing.
What do you mean she don't care how I talk to you? She's not... You better get her. You better do it right now. I'm gonna watch you do it right now because that is bullshit.
No.
What? Don't talk to me like that.
I talk to you however I want.
You gonna talk to me however you want?
Yeah.
Do you hear that?
No.
Good. It's ready. Yeah.
Yeah, get out my drafting.
Put the asshole off. Look at her. Come on. She jumped out the Mom, she just poured a whole glass of water on me.
I can't believe she threw water on me. Completely unprovoked. Nope. You lucky that's all she did. Goddamn Karens. And these Karens are harassing these kids for no reason. Yeah, just walk up to kids and harass them, doing what Tucker Carlson told them to do. Just because they're wearing masks in public, not bothering you, not hurting anybody. So yeah, let's be old fucks and go up and harass children for no reason.
What are you doing out here?
Look at these idiots. Face masks.
Here? What are you wearing a mask?
Where's your
calling
parents?
kids idiots for no reason. Like, yeah, they're the idiots.
What are you doing out here? What are you wearing a mask?
Where's your parents at? They have you out here masked?
You don't need to wear them, you know that. Why are you wearing it?
Why the hell are you wearing a mask at? Where's your mom and dad?
CDC said we die.
What?
CDC said we die if we didn't.
CDC says you're gonna die.
This seems fake to me. Now that I look at it again, it seems fake. Never mind. On second view, that seems fake as fuck. So, sorry about that, but I caught it. I caught it on second view. I guess I was the first time I watched it to pick up on the obvious bullshit of that one. So, whatever. Yeah, they're not smart. That's fake. Totally fake. And Baked Alaska. So, I've been covering Baked Alaska. So what they do is he goes out with his buddies and they walk around the streets in downtown places and they have Confederate flags on them. And then they make money by having their computer live stream. And then when people donate money, it screams out the N-word in order to get people's reactions. They literally make money off, like lots of money off this. They've already made like $180 just with this video, up to the point of this video. And so this is what's going on in this video. One of Baked Alaska's friends, as they film, is walking around a Confederate flag, and their computer is screaming the N-word at passersby.
Hold up. Hold my straight. Let's go. Let's go. Go.
Turn the camera, okay? Turn the camera off. I'm about to knock him out. Come on, man.
So here's super tough old boomer ass Baked Alaska's friend about to fight this black guy. Guess how it goes for him.
No. Here you go fucking. Oh, y'all. Oh.
No. Hey, we got to call the police. Police.
Call the police. Okay, he racist.
He bought that.
He bought that at a store up the street here. I'll knock your ass out now. He's calling the police.
And you can look over here, you can see all the comments from the white supremacists that support them and give them money for this. And at the end of the video, listen closely, you can hear the chat is donating money, and so the N-word is being screamed out over and over again at the end of this video.
Put the hands down. What? Put him down.
My stream died, dude. Catch it.
Take this. I take all your shit, bitch. What? Oh, you want something?
He's squaring up. He's tough. Yeah. Ow. Swing and a miss.
Amazing.
Yeah. Now. Oh. Yeah. Not going well for you, white supremacists. So now you can hear, listen to the audio on the end of this, where they're the white supremacists watching the piece of shit. Now they're donating money, so it screams out the N-word over and over again. Let's listen.
$5. Oh my.
So yeah, cool. America's definitely not trash for rewarding this bullshit over and over again. At least he got his ass kicked on video, so that's fun. And triggered whiny piss baby Karens. Oh my God, they cannot stand for there to be rainbows anywhere. You know, if you're so butthurt by rainbows, just pretend it's Christians celebrating God's promise not to flood the earth again. But here the guy is ruining his expensive tires because he's so triggered by a flag. cool. Yeah, gonna wreck and impede traffic because you're a fucking dipshit. Imagine being that loser. Imagine being this much of a fucking loser. Like, god damn it. How do you even tie your shoes? How did you even figure out how to drive a truck with this low level of intelligence? And one more Karen video. I'm gonna finish it up with this one. And folks, true story. I know it's hard to believe this is true. They made a horror movie about Karens. That's right, Karen, the horror movie. And I thought this was fake at first, but it has the girl that was in Orange is the New Black. This appears to be real. I'm definitely gonna see this and do a review of it when it comes out. Karen, the horror movie.
Guess this is a long way from East Point.
Baby, you just gotta give it a chance.
Tell me about your new neighbors.
They're black. Do you mind keeping it down? If you don't comply, I'll tell the manager.
Somebody's taking home security serious.
Hi, I am Karen Drexler. I'm your neighbor. You need to be taking your trash cans off the curb right when the trash is picked up.
Is she nice?
Yeah, she's nice.
Wait a minute. We have a white entitled neighbor named Karen.
Karen, okay, enjoy yourself.
There she is, slaving away in the kitchen. I've come across some very suspecting teenagers.
Suspecting?
Can you please hurry up? Please, they're very aggressive, yep.
I left my wallet with my ID at home. Leave us alone, we didn't do anything.
How the heck did you end up moving to this neighborhood? Next thing you know, we have criminals. You take care of him, and I will take care of her.
Would you mind stepping out of the car?
My office has uncovered some disturbing information on her and her brother.
She doesn't like black people.
We have a search warrant.
Well, I'm black. I know, she doesn't like you either. I want to sell the house.
What'd I do? You can't tell me, huh?
We are living next door to a racist.
You went in her house?
You wouldn't want your wife to know our little secret, right?
That was not standard police procedure back there.
What do we have here?
When you got a hammer, everything looks like nails.
You people are very angry.
Shut your mouth, boy.
Bad things happen to people that don't comply.
Looks real to me. I don't know. Maybe that's the parody video, but they went through a lot of trouble if that's not real. Just saying, if it's real, definitely gonna do a fucking video about that. Because that's hilarious. Don't know. It does look scary. Nothing more scary than Karens. Sony's producing this. I don't know. You guys will look it up, see if it's true. All right, one more. Gonna finish it up on this one. We did a clean 10 minutes of overtime. Hell yeah. Gonna finish it up with a hero. Hopefully this does not get me copyrighted. So, I love me some Jordan Klepper from The Daily Show. Does a good job. He went out to a Frank speech rally and made fun of the chuds at the Frank speech rally. But he actually talked to Mike Lindell, and Mike Lindell ran from him as the coward he fucking is, because he got owned by Jordan Klepper. And we're going to watch brave Mike Lindell run away when he gets owned by the Daily Show correspondent, Jason Klepper. Let's watch.
So-called.
You con man fuck. So anyway, can't wait to buy my Dominion pillow when they sue this guy into fucking oblivion. And folks, that's my show. Hope you goddamn enjoyed it. Be sure to like the video. 550 people watching, only 438 likes. We can do better than that. Kick it up a notch, motherfuckers. Before you guys go, don't cost you nothing. Free as fuck. Hit the like button. Justin Joseph sent a super chat long before the show started. Oh, that was you. I'm sorry, Justin. I don't know why. I didn't even reboot my computer. For some reason, it just gets rid of those. It wasn't around to hear it, so I'm singing another one. Sing the What the Fuck song for me, please. Did it. Hero. Thank you, Justin. Sunred, get some nip for the kiddies, Dusty. Hell yeah, I am going to get all kinds of nip. Kitty drugs, just for you, Sunred. Appreciate it. Vincenze B. Ex-Jehovah's Witness. They gave us anti-masturbation literature and preached against teen sex. I know what you're talking about. By the way, Did you send RM Brown an email? Not yet. I haven't been back on my Twitch lately, but I plan on doing that. Might do some Twitching tomorrow. You guys be sure to follow me on Twitch. There is a link in the description of the video. We're still going to play the legendary edition of Mass Effect. We started from the beginning, and it's pretty cool. If you want to hang out and listen to me debate with people, chat with cool folks. It's twitch.tv Dusty Smith. So join me on there. Marcel R. I work at the airport, but yeah, I deal with more Kevins than Karens. Cabins who can't wait 1 minute for assistance. I guess Kevins who can't wait 1 minute for assistance without whining, complaining. Yep. Dudes are probably more entitled than women. You would think so with the patriarchy. Thank you for that. Shasta X, did you ask to be born? Dogs didn't either. We owe them. Love me some dogs. Nope. Nobody asked to be born. Micah, $5. A couple bucks for the animals. Hero, thank you, Micah. And E, this is to assuage my guilt for your loss of monetization on tonight's show. But I had to bait that. Yeah, you had to bait me, dude. You had to masturbate me. And don't blame you. It's my own fault. I didn't have to talk about it, but I am an enthusiast. I am a masturbation enthusiast. So it's like few things have brought me more joy in my life. So why would I not be a fan? Thank you, E. Good to see you tonight. Scoop Magooter, I'm in a good relationship with Pamela Henderson. Hell yeah. You don't have to be. You can have a machine. You don't have to use your hands at all. It's hands-free. Like, you can sit there for like 2 hours and play video games or movies and get a blowjob. Just saying. Just saying. It's pretty cool. All right. Anything else pop up? Shasta X, if you butt heads with the dog that you come in to protect, never ever dump the dog off in the country. Only a few feral dogs survive. I know, it's so sad. I talked about that last time on my show. They do that where my mom lives. They dump dogs off. And my Aunt Susie, bless her heart, tries to adopt some of them and take care of them. So, yeah, fuck those people. All right, that's it, folks. That is all. I will be back maybe tomorrow. We'll see if I do any Twitch tomorrow. Don't know. But as always, please support me on patreon.com/Codcast. There's a link in the description of the video. $1 a month. Please help me out. I'm a pretty good guy. And I got to say, this show was great. I killed it. I felt really good doing this show. I don't always feel great. I don't always feel on. But this show was a good one, I think. So help me out. Whatever you can afford. Link in the description of the video. Codcast on patreon.com/Codcast. And also, you can send me tips directly through PayPal. There's a link in the description of the video for that too. You can send stuff to my animal sanctuary. We're going to do an unboxing probably next Friday. So if you want to send stuff and get a shout out for unboxing, send kitty cat treats or dog treats or whatever. Whatever you want, folks. And I will see you guys soon. Please like the video before you go. Please leave comments if you're able to. I'll be back on Monday for an all-new show available to everybody. Love the shit out of you guys. Thanks for the support tonight. Good to see you all. Hope you have a good weekend. And as always, till next time, say it with me. Logic. Fuck yes. And gonna play us out with a little song I like to call Chill by Dusty Smith. Let's do this shit. Where the fuck is it? Boom. Did it. Good night, everybody.
Bye.